everybody, it's me Alexa, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Tara Tara video song from the Kannada film Kempegowda. This film is directed by Sudeep as well as stars him alongside Ragini, Vijay, Girish Karnad, Ravi Shankar, and many others. The music for this is done by Arjun, lyrics by Ghosh Pierre, and the singers are Vijay Prakash and Shreya. So I didn't know that Sudeep had directed films before. I thought he just acted in them. So this is pretty cool. I'm excited to watch this, see like a little glimpse into his directorial style. I'm sure that it's just one video song, so I'm sure there's a lot more than just these 4.5 minutes. But it'll be cool to take a look at it though and see, because I had no idea that he did directing as well. He's a spectacular actor, and it was cool seeing him pop up in the Bahubali movies, because the first time that I watched them, I didn't know who he was. So this last time watching it, whenever it came up, I was like, hey, wait. It was like a nice little moment. Yeah, you can hear in the movie commentary, which will be public in about a month, but is currently available on our Patreon if you would like to go over and check it out sooner. Whenever he came on, I was just like, wait, is that Sudeep? Because I didn't know he was in it. It's so cool as I begin to like recognize more and more actors, how often they like pop up in things. It's just really fun. I don't know, it's always cool to like recognize the person on screen, I think. Really quick before we jump in, I want to let y'all know about our Instagram. So we have Instagram. There is the Great White & Co Instagram, where we post new stuff or post about articles that we're doing on our website. There's also Sri's Instagram at SDSK & Co, where he posts a bunch of fun stuff. He does some gaming stuff and just kind of whatever he feels like posting. And then there's mine, Alexa & Co with a 0, because Alexa & Co without a 0 was taken. I post on there very irregularly, randomly, so feel free to go follow us on there to check out what we're up to. I'm working on posting more frequently. I'm working on it. All right. So without further ado though, let's jump right on into this. Beautiful voice. Good beat. Cool dress too. I love the fun dancing of it. Ooh. It flows so cool. If it was just a windy day, or how they got that to work. Cool editing. Ooh. I really love the beat of this song.
ದಿನ ರಾತ್ರಿಯು ನಿಲ್ಲದೆ ನಿನ್ನ ಜಾತ್ರೆಯು ಸಾಗಿದೆ ಸಾಗಿದೆ
I like the transition that they're using here is interesting. Excuse me. That was a sneeze. They use like, it's like a boomerang effect. Very pretty shot. This is a real shot or edited one. It looks nice either way. That was a very cute song. I enjoyed it. It had a really nice beat to it. Both the singers, Vijay and Shreya, had gorgeous voices. They complemented each other extremely well, and the tone of the song. That was probably one of my favorite parts about it, was the way they sounded. Then also the beat itself, though, was extremely catchy and like easy to move your head with. And it was just a really upbeat song while also being sweet and romantic sounding. So very much so enjoyed listening to it. Visually, I could definitely tell that this was like mid to late 2000s. This did come out in 2011, so it's like right after the late 2000s, close enough. With the dress as well as some of the style of editing in it, I feel. The use of transitions was very, I mean, they were overused, I think, a little. There's a lot of fade transitions for one part, where they just like constantly, every time they switched to like fade, but then they switched to a different type of transition, which was good. They didn't just do the same type for the entire one, which is very good. But I think that the reason what they were going for was to make it all flow into each other, similar to how the music all flowed into itself. Like, you know, it never had like a pause or a moment like that. It all just kind of kept flowing. So I think that they were trying to represent that visually, and that's why they chose to have the transitions that faded into each other, the ones that kind of like moved into each other. So it makes sense, and I understand why they did it. And I do think that it was effective in that sense, where the whole video did flow together well. It never had any jarring cuts, never had any hard pauses. It all worked. And so that was really well done on that front. I feel like they could have maybe gotten a bit more creative with the shots, and instead of having those transitions, like done it so that the shots flowed together. But I'm not mad at it. That is one way to do it. They had a lot of very similar shots, especially earlier on, where they constantly kind of just had them standing in like diagonals, like with each other. They'd be at different like framings of it, where they'd be closer or farther away, but it was a very similar shot, used a lot. Because I knew it was Kitcha Sudeep directing, I like analyzed it a lot, the shots and stuff, because I was very curious what his directorial style is. I wonder how it'd be today, because this is of course 9 years ago, and I'm sure his knowledge of filmmaking and such has expanded. And I'd also like to see how this translated to the whole movie, because it's just one song, so could have just been a stylistic choice for this song, and then the rest of the movie is very different. I don't know. But for this song alone, because that's all I have to go off of, I can tell that he definitely knew what he wanted to do with it. You could see that there was a knowledge in there. It wasn't like poorly done ever, I wouldn't say, but I do feel it was a bit basic. He like checked off all the boxes and then just like didn't do anything super creative with it. I really liked the one shot with it, with the sun in the background, and it was really well done. I don't want you to take what I'm saying negatively. It's clear that he still does have some talent in directing from this, but I'd just be interested to see what it would be like now. Yeah, it was really well done. It felt like an early on film, you know, which is not a bad thing. Everyone has to have one of their first films. Is this one of his first films? Let's see, what has he directed? So yeah, he hasn't really directed many films at all, which makes perfect sense with how viewing this it looks. Because yeah, it seems like someone who has a really strong base knowledge but isn't quite confident enough in their style to be able to expand it creatively. So yeah, overall, it was a very sweet song. I enjoyed listening to it, and it was very nice to look at as well. I also really enjoyed the dancing in it. It was nothing like too crazy or complex, but it seemed like really fun dancing. It seemed like the two of them were just having a good time, which then makes you watching it feel like you're having a good time, which is really nice. I always appreciate that in movies. Whenever the people on screen look like they're having fun, it makes you have more fun watching it. Alrighty, so that's all I have to say about the Tara Tara video song. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, feel free to hit that like button, subscribe, check out our Instagrams, links in the description below, and hope that you all are staying safe out there and have an absolutely amazing day. Bye!